video, and today it's a story time, and it is different because I don't usually do story times and stuff like that. So this story time is about me and my boy Adwar Gaming. So me and Adwar, usual friends. Um, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna call him Elijah because that's his name. Me and Elijah are just going through a yard sale, right? And his little sister, we're walking around with his little sister, walking around Elijah's neighborhood at the time with his little sister and another one of our friends. And his little sister finds a Buddha doll, right? And at the time, we were dumb kids, so we didn't know like anything about like that religion or anything, and so we would just chill with it. But then Elijah got to researching it and stuff, and later that night, it was a really creepy night. It was, yeah, but what happened was later that night we noticed doors and stuff would just slam shut, just out of nowhere. None of the windows were open, nothing like that. So they would just slam shut. And one of the speculations was if a Buddhist god was angry at you, you would hear and like see doors slam shut in your house. And us being 10, 12, we did what we thought in our right mind, and we told his mom. And so his mom started to freak out because it's her baby that's getting like haunted, I guess we could call it. And so we do what any scared person would do, and there's a pond around, like, near Elijah's house. There was a pond near Elijah's house at the time, and so we went there. We yeeted that Buddha doll as far into the pond as possible, because what are you supposed to do? Like, hear that it possesses people. And you're not gonna like you're not just gonna like leave that there. Like, you're not gonna let a little girl get messed up. So what we decided to do, right, was we threw it in the lake. And when we threw it in the lake, or pond, you could say, that's when the creepy stuff started to happen. So like, as the night went on, like, we threw it in the lake, we kept it there. Nothing was really weird until we heard a scream, right? And so we were like, oh, okay, it's just a baby being a baby. And it was because her door slammed shut. And at the time we were like, okay, we gotta end the Buddha statue. So we go to the lake, we bring a BB gun, and we decide to pump 20 rounds into the Buddha doll. And I was the first and last shot at the Buddha doll. And I think that was one of the reasons. I'll get on to why I think that was creepy later, but that that was still freaking. I was freaking out because I thought I was gonna go home and I was gonna be possessed by a Buddha doll, and I was gonna take that to my family. So I stayed an extra night there. Well, us being dumb kids, of course, we stayed up all night speculating about what was the Buddha, like, the origin of it and stuff. So we made up this stupid thing about how it was gonna kill us and stuff. So we went after that we went on, we just like next day, right? We're at his house, so we're like, okay, we're just gonna, you know, go and take a hike through the woods. And as we do it, I start to hear laughing, which I ain't trying to fuck with that shit, you know what I mean? Like, you hear laughing in the woods and you don't see anybody. Horror movie 101, get the fuck out of there. Like, I'm sorry, Chris, but like, that's what you do. You leave. But Elijah was just like, okay, it's nothing. It's just your imagination because you're creeped out about the doll. And we keep going. Then he starts to hear it. So we take it and we just leave. We just leave the woods, and I go home. But I was still scared as fuck that I was gonna die because this Buddha doll. And so what I do is I'm like, oh, okay, no need to be afraid or anything. It's just a stupid doll. Can't hurt you. There's no reason to be afraid of it. So later that night, and I'm at my house during this part of the story. Like, I'm at my house, miles away from my friend's house, and so we were texting, of course, because we were planning on what we were gonna do when I came over the next weekend. So we basically came to the conclusion that I was being haunted because we were talking on the phone, of course, because you can't really like discuss that stuff over text that well, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, that kind of stuff, like the Buddha stuff, you can't say that over text, because that's something that happened in IRL, like in real life happened. So you're not gonna talk about that over text. You're gonna call them. So we call them. We're calling each other, talking on the phone, and in the middle, I swear, right in the middle of our conversation, my door slams shut. Nobody else is home, okay? Nobody else is home. They went to do some food, and of course, because I stayed up all night, I stayed home and slept. And when I woke up, I called him. So I was done. I thought I was gonna die right there, and that was gonna be it. And so he's like, holy shit, dude, you gotta get out of the house, you gotta leave. So I just go to my grandma and grandpa's house because they live down the street. Same stuff, except for my grandma is extremely superstitious, and so she believes in ghosts and stuff like that. So she immediately diagnoses it with, oh, there's a ghost haunting me and stuff. Well, I'm 10. I am 10 years old. I'm scared out of my fucking mind. Because you can't say that to a kid that is that age, that has experienced that. And she of course had no idea that had happened. And she was talking about her house being haunted, of course. And so I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna die. This is it. Rest in peace. And I didn't even get to say goodbye to my parents. I was really freaking out. And so I of course, my parents come and pick me up. Nothing happened. And then the next day, very next day on Tuesday, I wake up 5 in the morning to my door slamming shut. Now, I don't know if you've ever been startled awake by a slammed door. It's not fun. It's just not fun. It's not a fun time. You think someone's gonna kill you because you're asleep. And so, I'm like, oh my god, I'm haunted. But I wasn't. It was just a window. My bedroom window doesn't shut all the way, which we found out after this had happened. So, we're being superstitious and stuff, and so we just found out it was my window. Literally the end of the story. And to this day, I still wonder, what if it wasn't my window? So, I'm gonna let you guys ponder in the comment section about that. And that's the end of the story, guys. That's all I'm saying. So basically, don't mess around with voodoo dolls. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.